This week was busy in the best and hardest ways. Snow days, drama camp for my oldest boys, and lots of cozy meals keeping everyone fed. If you're feeding a large family and want realistic meal ideas, this is what we actually ate this week. Welcome back to the Mama Simply channel. I'm Amber, and this week I am sharing what our large family actually ate during a busy snow day week. This was one of those cozy but full winter weeks. We had several snow days, drama camp for my older boys, and everyone was home more than usual. Our meals were a mix of comfort foods, easy breakfast, quick lunches, and we had one takeout night. Nothing fancy, just real life. If you're feeding a large family and looking for realistic meal ideas, this is what my family ate this week. Some meals were planned, some were last minute, but everybody ate. And that's all that really matters. That is the goal. I'd love to know, what is one meal that you make on repeat when everyone is home and hungry all day? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy these kinds of videos, coming up next week, I'll be sharing all about Drama Camp Week, our Burn Supper recap, including what I am bringing to the potluck, and our February Costco haul where I spent about $600. Most mornings this week were cereal. It's quick, everyone likes it, and on busy mornings, it just works. When you're feeding a lot of people, not every breakfast needs to be homemade, and this is one we lean on a lot for really busy days. On our slower snow mornings, we made pancakes. It's simple, warm, and perfect for everyone being home. There's just something about pancakes on a snowy day that feels extra cozy. It's simple, filling, and easy to make for a lot of people all at once.
Know exactly how they're getting in because nobody has seen a raccoon get into the coop. Has anyone specifically seen them with their eyes? In order to make a man or a boy covet a thing, it is only necessary to make the thing difficult to attain.
Snow days mean everyone is hungry all day long. We keep lunches simple: leftovers, soup, easy meals, and lots of time together. This evening, we made homemade pizza and had our family movie night. This is always a family favorite and one of those meals everyone gets excited about. Our movie night pick was Cool Runnings. We keep our pizza pretty simple: dough, sauce, cheese, and lots of toppings. It's a great way to feed a lot of people without a lot of extra stress. Tonight, Esther is my meal helper, and she is going to help me with spreading out the pizza dough, putting on the cheese, spreading the sauce, and putting on the toppings. She does such a great job. And this is perfect for having young kids help you with making pizza, and they can put on the toppings that they want for themselves. And then this is the grown up pizza that I fixed for us. Pizza night is always a win around here, especially during busy nights. I just serve it with carrot sticks and a nice tossed salad, and we are set to go. Quick and easy. This was our Greek chicken sheet pan meal. I love meals like this because everything cooks together and cleanup is super easy. This is one of my go to dinners when I want something balanced, but I don't want to spend the whole evening in the kitchen. I make this meal a little differently every time, but it's simply chicken thighs, and I put some olive oil and Greek seasoning on top. I had some artichoke hearts in the pantry, as well as some Kalamata olives, and I put a little squeeze of lemon and some olive oil, salt, and pepper over top, and then baked it at 350 in the oven for about an hour. And then I served it with just some sides that I had in the pantry and some wedged potatoes with the Greek seasoning on top. This is one of my favorite meals when I need something healthy but low effort.
Is your dinner good?
We had beef stew on one of the really cold nights. We had evenings that got down below zero here, and this is such a good meal for those cold days. And this was just simple stewed tomatoes, beef, carrots, potatoes, and some beef broth. Snowy days call for stew. It feeds a lot of people and makes the house smell amazing. It makes a huge pot, feeds everyone, and it's even better the next day for leftovers. On Thursday, we hosted a pizza party for drama camp rehearsal night. I helped with the serving. We had pizza, a veggie tray, salad, chips, cookies, and lemonade. Not every meal is homemade, and that's okay. Sometimes convenience and a little treat is exactly what you need during a busy week. One of the kids commented that they felt like they were being treated by royalty. That's all that matters. On Friday, I fixed ham and bean soup. It's hearty, filling, and one of those meals that stretches really well for a large family. I put all the ingredients into the crock pot. I have the Great Northern beans, a leftover ham bone that I had in the freezer, and 2 cans of chicken broth. And I'm going to add all of this into the crock pot. And then I went about my day and ran errands. This is one of those perfect fix it and forget it meals for cold days when everybody is just crazy busy and everybody just wants something warm for dinner. After I came home from running errands, I made some cornbread muffins to go along with the soup, and everybody was hungry and they were ready for dinner when I came home. And I also made chicken pot pie last week. And this is comfort food at its very best. It is super simple to throw together. And I'm going to walk you through step by step how I made this. This recipe is so easy to make. I had canned chicken in the pantry, but you could use a rotisserie chicken. If you had canned chicken, you could use that as well. Or if you had chicken breast on hand, if you just want to cook that up, it's really versatile and won't change the flavor or anything. Then I added 2 cans of mixed vegetables. You could also use frozen vegetables if you have those on hand, or if you have favorite vegetables that you want to use. And then I add in 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. And then the topping is the Red Lobster cheddar baked biscuit mix. So once I have all of my ingredients in the pan, and this is just an easy 1 pan meal, I'm going to add in the seasonings. I just do salt and pepper, and I add in some parsley flakes and a little bit of onion powder. You could add in other things if you wanted it spicier. You could add in things to make it spicy, peppers, whatever you like. But this is just how I was making this tonight, and I needed to get it in the oven really fast. So I'm just going to follow the instructions on the back of the biscuit mix, and it's super easy. You just throw it in the bowl, set the oven for, I believe it was 425, and I'm just going to bake this at that temperature, the whole casserole. And I'm just going to add in my cheese. I don't really measure the cheese because we like cheese, so I don't really mind if there's a little bit of extra cheese on there. It doesn't affect anything, and you could even put extra cheese on top if you like it cheesy. I just spoon it over top of the mix that we've already prepared, and this is just going to go into the oven, and I said 425, and that's going to bake for about half an hour. And while that was baking, I made my salad, homemade ranch, and I had a jar of pears in the oven and in the pantry. And I also had some leftover shredded beets from the other day's salad. So I got all of this out, and it's so good. It's cozy, filling, and always a hit on winter nights, especially when everyone's been outside in the cold. Looking back on this crazy busy week, there are a few things that really worked for us. Having simple, repeatable meals made a big difference. Things like our regular pizza night, soup nights, and sheet pan meals meant that I wasn't constantly trying to come up with something new every single day. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. I definitely like repeating meals that can stretch or be prepped ahead. The beef stew and the ham and bean soup were especially helpful on snow days when everyone was home and hungry all day long. What made this week easier was giving myself permission to keep things simple. We had cereal for breakfast most mornings, pancakes when we had a little bit more time, and even a takeout night. That balance really helped. If you're feeding a large family, it's not about making perfect meals. It's about finding what works for your family.
This week was busy, a little chaotic, and really full. But we stayed warm, we ate well, and we spent a lot of time together. And that's something I'm really grateful for. Feeding a large family during busy weeks doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be filling and doable. Snow days mean lots of time together, sledding, puzzles, reading, and just being home. It also means everyone is hungry all day long, so simple, filling meals really matter. If you're a mom feeding a big family and want realistic meal ideas and real life routines, I'd love for you to subscribe. I share our weekly meals, family life, and the chaos in between. And make sure you're here next week for our drama camp recap, burn supper potluck prep, and a $600 Costco shopping haul.